Okay, so here are your references. That's the square foot gardening that I just passed around. There is a second edition of that where he's revised one or two of his ideas. Then the Seed Starters Handbook. I talked about that last week. We have a copy here somewhere. We did have a copy here. Yeah. She has not just seed starting inside its continuation. She goes right through the year and she goes to seed saving as well at the end of the year. So that's a good book. Then Journey to Forever website. They took Mel Bartholomew's ideas and did a lot more with brownfield sites in the States. And then actually they give more freely of information than Mel Group do. The Mother Earth website is also very good. And if you put in bio-intensive gardening, because this is interplanting and succession planting, is basically bio-intensive gardening. If you put that as a heading on Google, you'll find masses on it. And obviously this organic gardening, which is in its 70th year. This was, they've actually just now come out, 70 years. They've been going for 70 years, these people. They're wonderful. They're in the States, so they're pretty close to where we are. I think it's based in Pennsylvania, somewhere like that, so they're not that different. And if you're looking for different fertilizers and different green products to use as fertilizers or for insect control or anything, the Green Earth group of materials is really good. You can get any of these from George Scott. He's got all of them. Now, for those of you who've got fruit trees, if you haven't done your dormant spray for scab and funguses and molds and things like that, you should be doing it this weekend if you can. Because that's, because otherwise it's going to be budding up very, very soon. And it's not good. It's sulfur-based and it's also a horticultural oil. And it's better to get that done now if you can, before the leaves start, because the sulfur will burn the leaves if you're not careful. So, for instance, they've got the pyrethrins and they've got a diatomaceous earth slug killer in here. And they're probably the greenest products you'll find apart from homemade products. So, they've got rotenone now. I don't particularly like rotenone because it's been found to be not that insect friendly because it will give you beneficials as well as bad bugs. It's good for potato bean if you want to use it. I don't use it because I try and not use any of these things. And they've got insecticide, so it's quite good, rather than using something like 7, which is, well, it kills lots of insects, but it also kills your good ones. But they do have some really good foods. Their bone meals are particularly good. Their tomato and vegetable food, which is a mix of 468. It's a great fertilizer. It's not actually fertilizer, it's a natural fertilizer. Sorry? Right, so then this little book, well, not so little book, it's quite a chunky book, called Backyard Homestead. This lady, again, is she works for the Story publication group. Now, the Story are very much into trying to get people to grow in their own backyards, and it's not altogether organic. But the Stories have a little series of booklets as well on storage and germs and preserves and that sort of thing. They're very, very good on that. But she says that you can, from a quarter of an acre, which is sort of standard town garden, you can have 1,400 eggs, if you're allowed to have chickens, obviously, 50 pounds of wheat, 60 pounds of fruit, 2,000 pounds of vegetables, wow, 280 pounds of pork, if you're allowed to keep a pig, and 75 pounds of nuts. Well, she's done it. She's proven it. She's actually done it. This is based on her experience. But obviously some of us don't have those sort of spaces, and you can also learn from this book to milk a goat, prune a fruit tree, dry herbs, make dandelion wine. Now, I've made dandelion wine, but I can't actually tell you that I like it. You have to give it about 6 years, yes, no, that's reasonable. tap a maple tree, which is quite useful. You can make your own cheese, according to this lady. You can brew beer, mill grains, and save seeds, and a whole lot more. So this book is actually really, it's got a lot of stuff in it. So it's also got all the sort of different varieties of, well, species of chickens and pork and goats but the recipe on mozzarella cheese is pretty good. I make ricotta cheese, which is not cheesy actually. Anyway, so that's and I think, yeah, we're on to my contact details if anybody needs to